Hey y'all. So I see that a lot of new figure skating fans have joined us after the Olympics, which is great. But a lot of you don't know how the sport works beyond the basics. I made some guides on Twitter explaining the judging system and the fields for each discipline, and I asked you what else you wanted to know after the Olympics were finished. Most of you replied that you wanted a guide to the elements of figure skating, but that would have been hard using just pictures or GIFs. So here I am in video form to explain to you the elements of figure skating in the most easy way possible, so you can enjoy the sport more. There are 4 kinds of elements you will see in any figure skating program: jumps, spins, step sequences, and choreographic sequences. Today we're gonna cover the thing you will most likely want to know about the most: jumps. There are 6 types of jumps in figure skating, all with unique takeoffs and landings. They are the axel, toe loop, salchow, loop, lutz, and flip. All of these examples are using counterclockwise jumpers. Since most skaters jump this way, the examples can be simply reversed for clockwise jumpers. The axel is the most recognizable jump in figure skating because it differs from the others on its takeoff. It is the only jump that has a forward entry, and is therefore the easiest to spot. Skaters take off from a left forward outside edge and land on a right backwards outside edge. Since the skater takes off forwards and lands backwards, the axel has an extra half rotation than all the other jumps. So a double axel has 2.5 rotations. A triple axel has 3.5 rotations. And a quad axel would have 4.5 rotations, if someone was crazy enough to try one. In ladies skating you will mostly see double axels, with only very few women able to do triple axels. In men's skating you will mainly see triple axels, although some skaters in the lower ranks also use doubles in their programs. Next is the toe loop, or as most fans simply call it, the toe. The toe loop is one of 3 jumps that uses the toe pick as an aid to launch a skater off the ice and into the air. The toe loop takes off from a right backwards outside edge, using the toe pick on their left foot to propel themselves up. The skater then lands on the right outside edge. The easiest way to differentiate the toe loop from the other 2 toe pick jumps is to look for the reach back of the left leg as the skater prepares to jump. In men's skating you will see both quad and triple toe loops. And in ladies skating you will only see triple toe loops, for now. The next jump is the salchow, or as it's more commonly known as by fans, the sal. The salchow is another jump that is quite easy to spot due to its takeoff. The salchow takes off from a left backwards inside edge and lands on a right backwards outside edge. The salchow is easy to recognize because of the sweeping motion of the skater's legs in takeoff. You will see quad and triple salchows in men's skating, and triple salchows in ladies skating. There are some ladies who have done quad salchows, but the number is small, and they rarely succeed without the skater falling, or the jump being under-rotated. The loop is the third and last of the edge jumps. The skater takes off on the right outside edge, and also lands on the right outside edge. The loop can be spotted by noticing the crossing of the skater's legs just before entry. Triple loops are common in both ladies and men's skating. Currently only 3 senior men have landed quad loops in competition. The lutz is another jump that uses the toe pick to take off. The skater takes off from the left backwards outside edge, using the toe pick on the right foot to launch themselves, and lands on the right backwards outside edge. The easiest way to differentiate the lutz from other toe pick assisted jumps is to watch the jump entry. Skaters will usually glide backwards for a few seconds before leaning into the edge to jump. The lutz is difficult for some skaters because it is a jump with counter rotation. What that means is that when the skater has to go on the left backwards outside edge, their body will naturally want to rotate to the right on takeoff, which isn't what skaters want to happen. The lutz is also a problem for some skaters who have trouble taking off from outside edges. If the skater sets up the jump to be a lutz by running on the outside edge, but then changes to a flat, unclear or inside edge at the last second before takeoff, that jump will receive either a warning or deduction on the base value of points. Lutz jumps taken off on the inside edges are known as flutters. You will mainly see triple lutzes in both ladies and men's skating. Only a few men have successfully attempted quad lutzes in competition. The last of the jumps is the flip, another jump that uses the toe pick. The skater takes off on a left backwards inside edge, using their right toe pick to launch themselves up, and lands on the right backwards outside edge. The most common way to distinguish a flip from a lutz or toe loop without looking at the edges is that the skaters usually use a movement called a 3-turn to set up the jump. A 3-turn is when a skater moves from a forward outside edge to a backwards inside edge. Doing a 3-turn sets up the edge needed for a flip, so it's common to see skaters do them before attempting the jump. Flips, like lutzes, are also tricky for some skaters in regards to edges. Some skaters move to a flat, unclear or outside edge right before takeoff, and that jump will get a warning, or deduction on the base value of points. A flip with an outside edge is called a lip. You will mainly see triple flips in ladies and men's skating, with only very few men able to land quad flips. We need to quickly talk about jump combinations and sequences before you can say you know all about jumping. Jump combos and sequences are when skaters do multiple jumps one after another. In combinations, a skater must take off the second jump using the same edge they landed on in the first jump. Because all jumps have a landing on the backwards outside edge, loops and toe loops are the most common jumps you will see in combos. Jump combinations in singles skating can have up to 3 jumps in total, and the base value of points for the combo is decided by adding up each jump's base value together. Here are some examples of common combinations you will see. Triple lutz triple toe combo. Triple flip triple toe combo. Quad toe triple toe combo. Skaters are also allowed to use a half or single loop as their second jump in order to do jumps like salchows that take off from an inside edge. Jump sequences are also when a skater does 2 jumps in quick succession, but they are not seen as often as combinations. Sequences are mainly used when skaters want to do 1 jump followed by a triple or double axel. The skater completes 1 jump, does a little hop out of it, and then immediately launches into the next jump. Sequences are only worth 80% of the total sum of the base value of the 2 most difficult jumps the skater performs. A reason why you don't see them as often as combos. Time for a bit of extra vocabulary before we end the video. Tano jumps are when the skater extends one arm in the air while they jump. It is named after the skater Brian Boitano, who popularized the move. Rippon jumps are when the skater extends both arms in the air while they jump. It is named after Adam Rippon, who used it in his signature Rippon lutz. A popped jump is when a skater does a jump with less rotations than they were planning to do. A step out is when the skater steps out of the landing of a jump to prevent themselves from falling. An under-rotated jump is when the skater lands on the ice before completing the required number of rotations. And that's it. You now should have a basic understanding of what the jumps of figure skating are. If you have any more questions, please feel free to ask me on Twitter, Curious Cat, or in the comments. Go enjoy some figure skating.